Okay, for this animation review, I'm going to look at animation by the Amoeba sisters on cellular respiration. It's a little long, so we'll jump through it. I tell you what, I'll get it started without any audio, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So these folks put together a lot of really good animations available on YouTube, and this is just one of many. And so cellular respiration is a huge part of my curriculum in a biology class, and being able to teach about it in any way possible is something I will take. So some animation I think is really good in here. So the beginning here, they're just kind of introducing the concept of energy and where we get energy in order to go through our days. And they talk about how important ATP is in this. And so it's really neat because at the beginning, they talk about how ATP is the goal of our process of cellular respiration, and then they revisit that throughout. So here they're simply describing what ATP is and explaining how there's a source of energy in there. I think they do a good job with the combination of animations as well as voiceover to talk about things. Let me give them a little bit of time so you can see what they're talking about here.
It doesn't really matter what kind of cell you are, prokaryote or eukaryote, you have to make ATP energy. The process for making that ATP energy can be different depending on the type of cell, but you have to make ATP energy. One way that this can be done efficiently is called aerobic cellular respiration. We are going to focus on aerobic cellular respiration in eukaryote cells. Remember that eukaryote cells have many membrane-bound organelles, such as mitochondria. They're going to be kind of a big deal in this. So let's get started. Remember, we are trying to make ATP energy. Let's take a look at this formula. Remember that reactants, the inputs, are on the left side of the arrow, and products, the outputs, are on the right side of the arrow. This formula, by the way, looks remarkably similar to photosynthesis.
Really good stuff here.
Just look how the reactants and the products just seem to be on different sides. This isn't really a coincidence. See, in photosynthesis, organisms like plants and some types of protists, for example, they make glucose.
Okay, so rather than going on with this, we'll let them continue their animation. What I think is so good about these Amoeba sister animations is they're very consistent with the next generation science standards. This one delves right into some of the stuff that I spend a lot of my first quarter on in freshman biology. And overall, they do a good job of explaining stuff. My one criticism might be, I feel like sometimes the content is at a different level than the kind of kiddie animation. It's a little bit kind of kid-friendly for an elementary school kid in terms of the animation, but the content is very much at a high school level. And so that misalignment can be a little bit weird. But that said, I think they're really well done, and they convey a lot of information. And perhaps the animation makes kids feel like it is more accessible. There's nothing about this that I don't like, and so I would use these for sure.